Now, some people may interpret this to be things like focusing on end times and as opposed to, politics today or world events and stuff. He's talking about the matters. What matters to those who are in heaven? What does the Father care about? Well, he cares about you obeying his commandments. He cares about you loving him. He cares about you loving each other. And those are the matters that are above. Not paying attention to world events necessarily or trying to figure out end times and the timing of what they're doing up there. We're not looking for the Shemayim news report, There's no Shemayim channel where you can get the Shemayim news report, the heavens news report. He's saying, seek after those things that are above. Mind and pay attention to and focus on those things that are from above. When people see you, they're confused. They accuse you of all kinds of things because, after all, you made this change to be obedient to commandments and to serve your Elohim in a certain particular way that's different than the way they do. But it hasn't been revealed to them that Yeshua is Yeshua and not some Sunday, Christmas, Easter Messiah that maybe the mainstream of Christianity teaches. And so they're not going to see you as you really are because they can't see him as he really is. So again, he says, knowing that we're supposed to seek above, knowing that we're supposed to mind the matters that are above, we are to put to death the earthly, fleshly things that are within us. Because we don't so often do that, this is why the wrath of Elohim has come upon us. Because we're known as the sons of disobedience. And you can't be disobedient if there's nothing to obey. So I don't know how the pastors on Sunday teach this, because how could you be in trouble being a son of disobedience if there's nothing to disobey? If I were to watch your daily activities for a period of time, would I see compassion, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, patience, forgiving, and all that other stuff? Or might I see attacking, criticism, judging, complaining, and the other stuff that he talks about here? Because when I go out there and look at the body, I'm not seeing a lot of this compassion, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, patience. By the way, that sounds a lot like the 9 aspects of the fruit of the Ruach, doesn't it? Oh, but you know why? We don't want to grow up because we think, well, I've made all these mechanical changes, that should be good enough. Paul is always trying to get you to do the parts beyond the mechanics. People misread him as if somehow he's not concerned with the mechanics. Yeshua, by the way, wasn't concerned about the mechanics. He talked about how to get beyond the mechanics, not getting rid of them, but above and beyond. So this is an instruction on how to deal with complaints. Oh, but we don't deal with complaints very well. We don't have a respect for how to deal with complaints. If someone has a complaint against someone, first thing we need to do is maybe find out if it's a legitimate complaint, talk to the person, gather more information, look for witnesses. Oh no, it just spreads like wildfire and then everybody's convinced, did you know so-and-so did something, blah, blah, blah. Can you believe they did this to me or to the congregation or whatever? And listen, how many times have you heard stuff like that and it wasn't even remotely true? It says, love is the bond of maturity which brings perfect unity. But what is love? Elohim is love. All of those elements of the Ruach, the 9 aspects, are love. It is loving to be patient and kind and gentle and all of those things. It is not loving to be harsh and critical and attacking and judging. That's not love. Unforgiving versus forgiving. You see, these are the things that we need to understand. He says, but above all, everything has to be in the context of love. Why? Because the 2 great commands, which cover the overview of everything, is loving him, our creator, and loving each other. There's so many people claiming to be Torah-observant Israelites walking this out who absolutely have no peace. Because after all, until everybody agrees with the way I see everything, I can't have peace. I see that in all these people. Until they can get you to agree with them, in your relationship with them, there's no peace. If you actually agree with them, then you have peace. Because we're still in the me, I. I need everybody to agree with me thing. Just worry about trying to have you agree with him thing. Don't worry about if you don't think what I'm doing agrees with him. He'll work with me. We do not look like one body. What did we talk about in Ephesians, though? In Ephesians, when it was talking about the fivefold ministry, right? It said, look, there are supposed to be emissaries, prophets, evangelists, shepherds, and teachers for the perfecting of the set-apart ones to work the service of building up the body of Messiah until we come into the unity of belief and of the knowledge to a perfect man, to the measure of the stature of the completeness of Messiah. We're not there yet. We need these people. So let's find them and then support, encourage, and get behind them. Because Paul understood that we needed these people for the perfecting. And we don't look very perfect. As a matter of fact, we look really pretty messy. I mean, the Messianics look very messy. It looks like a lot of messy antics. So making a confession or claiming anything is not enough. You got to walk it out. He wants to see you do it. That's the whole point of James chapter 2 when he says, look, I will show you what I believe by my actions. Because after all, they're a three-dimensional manifestation of my belief. And I think that's about as insightful as you can get to understand what Yahweh's all about. He wants us to do this stuff so we can not only demonstrate to him, but to each other. We can be lights. We can be example. We can show people what does it look like to be called a child of the living Elohim. What does a child of the living Elohim do? You say you're a child of the great, awesome Creator? What does that look like? Does it? And then think about what you do and everybody's watching you. And are you really bringing him glory and honor or shame? We got lots of this going on, though. We've got a lot of bitter husbands and wives that aren't submitting, and men don't know how to be men, women don't know how to be. Nobody knows what they're doing. We're all broken and dysfunctional. Everybody needs a factory reset. Boop, you know. There's got to be a switch. We go to the Geek Squad, right, at Best Buy and see if we can get factory reset like our computers when they get all messed up. Because as you do to anyone in authority, by the way, this is why it is so critically dangerous, the attacks on authority, the attacks on leadership, the attacks on any kind of structure, is because he's trying to tell you as you treat leadership that you have opportunity to do, bosses, parents, husbands, wives, whatever, pastors, rabbis, how you treat authority is he's going to sit there going, well, I guess that's how you're going to treat me too. We demonstrate our respect or lack thereof for authority, how we treat the physical people that we have opportunity to work with. You earn either one. Nobody ends up in the fire by accident, nor do you end up in the kingdom by accident. And he's not a respecter of persons. He doesn't just decide, well, I like you and I don't like you. It's going to be, well done, you good and trustworthy servant. You've earned your reward. You deserve an opportunity to live with me forever. You've paid the price. You suffered the suffering with patience and with meekness and gentleness and with belief and you steadfastness. And you clung to me.